Hello everyone, welcome back. I know I am long overdue and I promise to catch you guys up as to what's been going on in my life, but today I did want to bring you guys a retie. So let's jump right in. Starting off with the products I will be using, my all-time favorite, leave-in conditioner by Design Essentials. I highly recommend it. I'm also going to be using this black castor oil. I picked it up from my local beauty supply store, nothing special. I'm also going to combine that with a restoring hair and scalp oil from Dr. Miracles. Love the smell. And I will be using this locking gel as well as my lock tools. And this is going to be used specifically for the body of my lock or the shaft of my lock. And then my favorite handy dandy interlocking tools. I got these on Amazon. Alright, coming to y'all with some freshly washed locks. I shampoo and condition my hair, just showing you guys how clean my scalp looks and my locks themselves. Just an FYI, I will not be talking throughout this entire video. That would just be too much. I will be pointing out some things, but this is mainly retie my hair with me, enjoy the music in the background. And so yeah. Anywho, I sectioned off my hair and I am adding in leave-in conditioner and oil to every section just to kind of moisturize and I got distracted by my husband. Yes, I said husband. We will discuss that either later on or another video. But just to lock in that moisture, I am using the leave-in conditioner, applying it, and then also applying an oil. So as you can see, my hair is dyed. Never thought that I would dye my locks, but I got married in April and I had done a skunk trail. It was more of a ginger red color, but as you can see, it is now a dirty blonde. How did we get there? Me and my husband went fishing one day and the sun was beaming on us, and as a result, it changed the color of my locks. So here we are. I may re-dye my locks somewhere down the line because I do not like this color, but I like the idea of the, skunk trail adding some contrast. So we'll see. So it took me about 3 hours to tie my entire head, which is a major improvement because it used to take 4. But if you throw on some Netflix, as you can see me watching, it is a seamless process. So parting off my hair here, I think it's important to section off what you are not retying so that you do not interlock 2 locks on accident. That is something that terrifies me because then you got to pop them apart or you just have a chunkier lock than you wanted. So I will be doing some close-ups here so you can actually see how I go about retying my lock. But for the most part, I either use a 3-point method or I use the 4-point method. And what that means is you enter through the root of your lock, either from 4 different spots or 3 different spots. And you want to be sure not to re-enter through the same spot because that is how you can create holes in your locks. It all depends. Sometimes my lock is too thick and so I utilize the 3-point method because I really can't pull it up in a different direction, and sometimes I get distracted and I end up using the 4-point method, but it's a variation between the two. So as you can see, one of the first things I do is I apply some lock gel and I start to twist my lock, and then I go ahead and start using the locking tool to retie. I typically prefer the interlocking method because I feel like when I do retwist my locks, it doesn't really last. And your girl loves to be in the water, and I feel like it unravels also because of the water. But when you retie it or interlock, it doesn't unravel because you're tying it in. So I like this better than retwisting. I know people love the way retwist looks. And I mean, I'm a sucker for it as well. There have been occasions where I'm like, you know what? I want to retwist my hair because I just love the neatness of it. But for the most part, I'm an interlocking girl. That's just my preferred method of maintenance. Sorry, y'all. I had to fast forward because I felt like the camera was kind of fuzzy and I knew it cleared up later on in the video, and here we are, a lot clearer. So I want to walk you guys through step by step how I enter each lock. So let's walk through. All right, you can see me throwing down, left, up, left, down, left, and I think that's that for that one. And let's walk through this lock. Left, down, left, up, left, down, and that's that. Okay, let's do one more. Then I'm going to talk about tightness. Okay. Left. I'm sorry, that was down, left, up, left, down, and that's that for that one. So as you can see, I don't like to retie too tight, and there are several reasons for that. Number one, it can be super uncomfortable, and it can make your root feel like there's a ball at your root, and that can be because the lock hasn't fully gone through that space, or it could just be your locks are too thick, or you haven't really completed the retie or that cycle. So that's one reason. Another reason why I don't like to go too tight is because I like to do different styles. Like early on, I don't want to have to wait for, some growth to come in before I can do a ponytail. And I feel like if you retie too tight, and I've learned this through experience, I can't really maneuver my lock because it's super tight and it kind of hurts. Lastly, I don't like going too tight because I feel like the shaft of some of my locks are kind of thick. And trying to pull that thick lock through that space as it gets smaller and smaller, because remember, as you're retying the new growth, you're locking the new growth, so that space that it can enter through gets smaller and smaller. So I don't want to rip through a small little space just for it to be, or look cleaner, because to me, that's just not what I prefer. So that's kind of why I don't go too tight. I mean, I think it looks clean, and my husband always can tell the difference when I lock my hair, and that's all that matters. So some people like to go tight, some people don't. I think it's easier to go tighter if you have smaller locks. So if you have sister locks or if you have micro locks, it makes sense to go, as tight as you can because you can pull through. But if your locks are a bit thicker, so I have traditional small locks, yeah, pulling that through that small hole is not fun, and I would be really upset if I ripped through my root just for some tight, clean locks. No, sir. Looks like for the most part, I utilize the 3-point method, but what's the difference between that and the 4? When you're doing the 4-point method, you would just come through the right. What does that mean? So you'd go in a circle. So you'd go down, left, up, right, down, left, up, right. So you just be entering through 4 spots. It's important to remember not to re-enter from a same spot. That is how you create holes in your locks. And that used to be one of my biggest fears when I would lock my hair or interlock. But then I also found out that it's kind of easy to close a hole, but let's just do it right from the beginning and not create holes. But even when I enter through the left, each time I try to make sure I don't enter through the same spot I entered before, if that makes sense. I try to touch around and say, okay, this is where I entered through the left 2 seconds ago. Let me try and enter a little higher or a little lower. Okay, so I did promise you guys that I would not babble throughout this entire clip. But if you are still here, thanks for rocking with me, and I have a little treat. I just want to provide an update for y'all as to what's been going on in my life, where I've been, why I haven't uploaded a video since October, and so on and so forth. So here we go. In November of 2021, during Thanksgiving Day weekend, my fiance at the time, well, not even then, he was my boyfriend at the time, but he got down on one knee and asked me to be his wife and to spend the rest of our lives together. Of course, I said yes. I was a crying mess. So yeah, that happened in November. We knew we wanted to have a small wedding of about 50 people, and we wanted to have a short engagement. So we got the ball rolling and started planning, of course, in December. And there were a couple of things to consider. So for those of you guys who don't know, some backstory here. I lived in Dallas for 3 years, and I met my husband in Dallas. He was born in Texas, Texarkana to be exact. And I had moved back home during the pandemic to be closer to family because it was just a lot. So I moved. Home is New York. But for those of you guys who are familiar with the East Coast, we are not trying to pay New York rent. So I chose to live in Jersey, which, if you're good with your geography, which it shouldn't be that hard, New York kisses Jersey. But the rent ain't the same. So I moved to New Jersey, and my lease was to end in February. I decided to be a little corny, and I said, you know what, I'm about to be married, get married, and I haven't really been home since I left for college, or lived under my parents too since I left for college. So I said, let me spend a couple of weeks with my parents. So I lived with them once my lease had ended, up until like somewhere in March, I can't remember, but I had been with them for a couple of weeks. And then I moved to North Carolina, where we now reside, in March. Our wedding was in April of 2022. And that is a part of the reason for the hold up, because I know we're in August. But to be honest with you, I was just enjoying these past couple months with the love of my life, just exploring life together on that honeymoon. I mean, I'm still on that honeymoon stage, and we're still exploring life. I guess I just was not trying to be distracted by anything, and that included creating content. I was just trying to chill with my husband. Let me explain something to y'all. We have content. For those of you guys who follow me, you see that we uploaded a vlog, like with the Vaughns. And so the camera is always rolling. The issue is editing. That part, for those of you guys who have your own channel or who know someone who have a channel, that part's not fun. Editing is just, it can be torturous because you have to like cut things up, think about what can go best where. And don't get me wrong, it can be fun, but I think that's that is the tedious part of the process. And it can slow things down. So like I said, we have content. Now, is that content ready for the public? Absolutely not, because things need to be edited before we present it to y'all. So I think I'm going to, okay, Annie, you will do. I am going to do better and be more disciplined in uploading content. Because we got the content, like I said, just a matter of editing. But yeah, so that is the reason for the hold up and what has been going down in my life. That was y'all treat. I think I'm gonna shut up now and let you guys just watch the rest of this retie. If I'm not mistaken, I think I'm doing a 4-point here. Nope, still a 3-point. Anywho, enjoy.
Yeah.
Another small thing here, if you still have the volume on and you're just vibing out to the music, sorry to interrupt, but I microbladed my brows, and I think it was probably one of the greatest investments. I will probably do a video solely dedicated to what I went through, how much it cost, and how I feel about it, the pros and the cons, although I don't think there are many cons. But yeah, that may be something I bring to y'all. As well as we might get into the details of our 50-person wedding, because I feel like small weddings are becoming a lot more popular, especially, with the pandemic and stuff. But yeah, we might get into that. So yeah.
Purchase your tracks today. 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 Purchase your tracks today.
for your cheer. For your cheer. for your church. For your church.
Purchase your tracks today.
For your church.
Purchase your tracks today. Purchase your tracks today.
For your church.
Purchase your tracks today.
For your church. For your church.
Yay, the retie is complete. Showing you guys my roots. They're so nice and clean now. I love when I can see my roots. But I also love when my roots are frizzy. I think that's the beauty of having locks. The different stages that you go through. But yeah, I'm about to show you guys the back. Can we get into, hold up, how my locks or how much they have matured? If you are new to my channel, go ahead and take a look at my first videos and compare. Look at the difference. My locks are maturing. Oh my goodness, they're no longer like baby locks. I love it to look back and see how they have changed. But yeah, I'm all done. Fresh retie, and they look good. If you guys have any questions, please feel free to hit me in the comment section. Subscribe, share. If you want to DM me on Instagram, please feel free to reach out. But I appreciate each and every last one of y'all. Thanks for joining me. Until next time. Bye.